Hey, how you guys doing today? And welcome to another video lesson. Today we're going to be talking all about scales. And scales is really one of the most basic, fundamental things that every piano player should know, whether you're playing pop, classical, jazz, no matter what, you have to know about scales. So all a scale is a collection of notes. And different scales have a different collection of notes. For example, a C major scale is this. So a C major scale contains all the white notes. If you took a C harmonic minor scale, it would contain all the notes I just played. So it wouldn't contain this note because I didn't play that note. It wouldn't contain an E because I didn't play that note, but it would contain all the notes within that scale. A major pentatonic scale is simply, so it would contain those 5 notes, but it wouldn't contain an F or a B or any of the black notes. So that's kind of the definition of what a scale is. Now we're going to be focusing on major scales because it's the most basic one, and honestly, it's the one that's used in 95% of pop songs today. So we're going to talk about the major scale. So how you find a major scale is you count a certain series of whole and half steps. So the pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And you don't necessarily have to memorize this. This is just a way to find scales. So if we start on a C and we want to find a C major scale, we go whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And if you don't remember, a whole step is 2 notes away. So a whole step from here is 1, 2, a D, and a half step is 1 note. So if we're on an E, a half step up from E is F. And if you notice for C major, it's all the white notes. So that's a really easy scale to remember because you just have to, don't play the black notes, play the white notes. And you have to realize too, a C major scale also includes the notes down here because we said a C was in C major scale, so it also includes this C, a D, so it also includes this D, both E's, both F's, and a D way up here, a D way up here. It's going to be all the white notes on the entire piano. So that's a C major scale. Let's go on to another one. Let's say we're trying to play a G major scale. So you start on G, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So a G major scale contains mostly white notes except for the F. Instead of F, we're going to play F sharp. So the scale of G is all the white notes except F plus F sharp. And when you memorize scales, honestly, you're not going to memorize them all using whole and half steps. The whole and half step method is a great way to figure out what a scale is, but when you actually memorize scales, all you do is you memorize basically how many black notes and which notes are black notes in the key. So for example, if we're doing a B major scale, start on B, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So when you memorize a scale like this, a B major scale is going to have all the black notes plus B and E to make up these notes. So basically that's how it works memorizing scales. Now I have a printout of all the scales and you can print it off and it shows you the fingerings for the scales and it shows you which notes are sharp and flat in the different scales, so you can pick them up pretty fast. Put those, maybe if you have school, put those in your binder, and if you have time in between classes, start looking them over, start memorizing these scales. And for the exercises for this section, it's actually in the technique module because scales is also a great technique exercise that's good to practice. So the exercise for it is going to be in that section. But remember to take the quiz. And that's all I got for you guys in this lesson. Remember to work on your scales. So peace out and happy practicing.